Today on D&D Academia, we discuss the medium undead creature, the Banshee. You can find this ghastly spirit in the monster manual. The Banshee has a challenge rating of 4, an armor class of 12, and 58 hit points. It has a walking speed of 0, but a flying or hovering speed of 40 feet. Dark vision of 60 feet, a passive perception of 10, +2 proficiency bonus, and languages of Common and Elvish. For its saving throws, the Banshee gets a +2 to Wisdom and a +5 to Charisma. As for damage resistances, acid, fire, lightning, thunder, and bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks. Damage immunities of cold, necrotic, and poison. Condition immunities of charmed, exhaustion, frightened, grappled, paralyzed, petrified, poisoned, prone, and restrained. A Banshee also doesn't require air, food, drink, or sleep. The Banshee has a detect life ability, where it can magically sense the presence of creatures up to 5 miles away that aren't undead or constructs. It knows the general direction they're in, but not their exact locations. Another ability it has is incorporeal movement. The Banshee can move through other creatures and objects as if they were difficult terrain. It takes 1d10 force damage if it ends its turn inside an object. Its last ability is Horrifying Visage. Each non-undead creature within 60 feet of the Banshee that can see it must succeed on a DC 13 Wisdom saving throw or be frightened for 1 minute. A frightened target can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns with disadvantage if the Banshee is within line of sight, ending the effect on itself on a success. If a target's saving throw is successful or the effect ends for it, the target is immune to the Banshee's horrifying visage for the next 24 hours. As for its actions, it gets Corrupting Touch, a melee spell attack with a +4 to hit and a reach of 5 feet on one target. It deals 3d6 +2 necrotic damage if it hits. It also gets Wail once per day. The Banshee releases a mournful wail, provided that it isn't in sunlight. This wail has no effect on constructs and undead. All other creatures within 30 feet of it that can hear it must make a DC 13 Constitution saving throw. On a failure, a creature drops to 0 hit points. On a success, a creature takes 3d6 psychic damage. Here is the lore of the Banshee. The woeful Banshee is a spiteful creature normally formed from the spirit of a female elf. Obviously, you can make the spirit a male as well if it fits the story. Banshees appear as luminous, wispy forms that vaguely recall their mortal features. Its face is wreathed in a wild tangle of hair, its body clad in wispy rags that flutter and stream around it. When night falls, unlucky travelers hear the faint cries of the forlorn dead. Banshees are the undead remnants of elves who, blessed with great beauty, failed to use their gift to bring joy to the world. Instead, they use their beauty to corrupt and control others. Elves afflicted by the Banshee's curse experience no gladness, feeling only distress in the presence of the living. As the curse takes its toll, their minds and bodies decay, until death completes their transformation into undead monsters. A Banshee becomes forever bound to the place of its demise. Unable to venture more than 5 miles from there, it is forced to relive every moment of its life with perfect recall, yet always refuses to accept responsibility for its doom. A great way to play a Banshee is with their driving force being compulsion and not survival. The vanity that inspired the Banshee's cursed creation persists in undeath. These creatures covet beautiful objects, fine jewelry, paintings, statues, and other objects of art. At the same time, a Banshee abhors any mirrored surface, for it can't bear to see the horror of its own existence. A single glimpse of itself is enough to send a banshee into a rage. You can incorporate these elements very easily by having a magic item or piece of treasure that needs to be found that is near a banshee, and perhaps some hidden or covered mirrors that they have to discover the reason why they are covered in the first place. If you would like to add some difficulty to your banshee encounter, I would recommend will-o-wisps. They can be the spirits of those that the banshee has killed and are now doomed to protect the banshee from harm. Or you can also go the other direction and have them try to work with the group to free themselves. Another suggestion I have for your banshee is to make it so that they can never permanently die. They are in fact cursed and bound to the place of their demise, so make it so that they always return unless something special is done to free them. This has been D&D Academia, and hopefully you have now gained more knowledge about the undead creature known as the Banshee. Hopefully they will start showing up in your games going forward. If you would like to see anything given an Academia episode, just make your suggestions in the comments. And as always, like, comment, share, and subscribe.